that a Zimzam? Reminds me of a Zimmer frame. Is it Zimmerman? That guy that killed that young black kid. He's not been in the news recently. I'll be loving the beer. Someone turned up. Who's that? Is it an old friend of mine? Hello, darkness is my friend. Can you type something so I know you are there? I can't see any messages. Just a simple letter will do. I watched a new film on the Netflix last night called Lovesick. There was a cute black girl, I can't remember her name, but she's very cute. Black girl. Maybe she's been in some American TV shows as well. So I thought, I went to the gas station, I thought I only had 350 yen to put in my motorcycle. And then I didn't check my back pocket, and I had like several thousand yen. I could have filled the tank, but I didn't. So, any Americans coming into Japan watching? To you, that beer will be about $2 or less. From 10:30 in the morning until 6 at night at Gusto's all over the country. For a minute, I was thinking of Denzel Washington being an alcoholic and flying his plane upside down to save the aircraft. And then reminded that flying in an aircraft is a lot safer than driving a car or a motorcycle. But not if the airplane crashes. Then you're fucked. I should write a tribute song for Ryan Bounders. No, you've asked me already, John. How are you going, John? How are you going, mate? Four people. Are you going to talk to me again or what, Johnny? You only asking one fucking question, then fucking off. Ryan is doing videos with the stupid sunglasses on. Ryan Bambler says that the J-Block community is toxic. Anybody idea what he's fucking on about? How is it toxic? Is it because everyone was pointing out what a fucking arsehole you were, Johnny? Not Johnny. I mean Ryan. I'm your favourite old man. Oh, I don't think we'll go there. Richard Burns, you would be my favourite poet. If your name was Robbie. Scrap metal and take away rubbish for people. House clearances. But I'm injured at the moment. I had a car accident or a bike accident. A lady wanted to use her car to stop me. And she did. So now I've got neck, hip, leg, feet problems. I do speak Japanese, but people slag me off. I speak okay, but at a low level I can speak okay. I can make jokes, converse with people. So I think my vocabulary is quite okay. I can argue in Japanese. I don't usually use either of those. Yeah, that's usually young people's talk. I'll probably just use the watashi if I do, say for me, referring to me. Yeah, I don't use either of those. Yeah, probably I use watashi. Yeah, they're both like, they're just a little bit rude in polite conversation. thought I could get, if I learned Japanese, I could get a good job. And when I went back to England, I got a salesman job with a Japanese company. So that was all right for a while. But that's where I met my wife. Where are you two guys from? Well, maybe from this week, from Wednesday or Thursday, a lot of people are coming into Japan. The big one. Congratulations. I've been to Nebraska. Now, when I went to Nebraska, I was told it was a dry state. And then thing that I did find out, it was just a dry state for hard liquor. And where it was, English people would love this, because you just took in your own whiskey or vodka or whatever, and then you just bought like a soft drink from the counter. No, I drove across America. I have no opinion whatsoever on North Carolina. Don't know too much about it. I just know that it's above South Carolina. Anywhere cool I went? Yeah, San Francisco, New York. New York's cool. There you can feel the atmosphere in New York. We drove into last day. I drove about 14 hours past Lake Tahoe, Sacramento. Ended up in San Francisco. I was delivering a car. I just wonder how many states I could say. Can most Americans state all the 50 states? Cheers, Richard. Now, this was in 1989, I think. 1988, 1989. I was just coming out of New York. I nearly didn't get like 20 miles because of the distance, right and left. So what you do, I was checking for traffic from the left, and I was about to pull out, and then this big lorry was coming from the right. And lots of people, Americans, when they go to New Zealand and Australia, lots of people die. Old Americans, they crash because of the difference between right and left on the roads. It's dangerous. Oh, you got acronyms. Oh, cool. Is North Dakota and South Dakota, are they two states? That could be a good quiz for non-Americans. Yeah, we do quiz nights in around this area now and again. But it'd be a good tester for non-Americans. But I've seen Americans on TV doing questions on Africa and Europe. They never seem to do so well. Is M? I'm getting confused here. Which one is Missouri? Is it MI or MO? Yeah, I know those ones. Arkansas. That is. That's what I thought. Yeah. but I didn't know how to say Bill Clinton state. So what is MO Montana? What is Minnesota? Is that a state or a city? Minnesota. Maine, I know that is a city. Okay, I mean, okay. Yeah, but Montana's very nice, very, very, very mountainous and countryside and open spaces like that. Maybe that's one place I'd like to go, Montana. I think there's a comedian who does a joke or a story on how to remember all the 50 states. I can't remember his name, but if you type it in, it's quite funny actually. If you type in comedian names 50 states, it's quite good. American comedian. He's not well known, but so what are you guys paying in rent? I've heard it's getting like nightmarish in America for rent. Yeah, it does happen. People, generally Americans, and they spend like 20, 25, 30 years here, and they're Japanese. It does happen, yeah. Yeah, that's fucking expensive, man. In Japan, you get a cheap rent. You can get like 45,000 yen, but now the dollar is getting strong, so you can get an apartment for like 40,000 for $400. The only difference, you have to put maybe 1 or 2 months deposit down now. A long time ago, you would have to put down like 6 months deposit with 3 months returns. Yeah, that's expensive, man. So usually in teachers, if they come over from America or Europe, yeah, that's what the schools put them in, and they still charge them. The schools can rip people off for apartments as well, so they charge them like 50,000, but their wages they come out 250,000 yen, and then they come out with about 200,000, and a quarter of that is for the rent, and then the rest is spending money. The electricity is not expensive. Yeah, you need a. What I did, I married a Japanese. That's what you got to do, mate. But the problem is, they want to move to America. They want a green card. Yeah, I was in Japan on a cultural visa for judo, and then when that ran out, we got married in October, and we moved to Japan soon after. I was in a Sylvester Stallone film, and we moved back. The next film was a James Bond film, and we moved back via California and Hawaii, and that was 1994. But if you're tall and not bad looking and American and you're a nice person, should be easy to get a girlfriend or a wife. Okay, so you're 27 now, yeah? 26, 27. No, she lives the other side of the city. Yeah, so you're a baby at 25, especially young, yeah. It's, what would I say now? Yeah, well, there are girls that want to get married, but you got to remember some girls that want to get married also want most of your salary. I think at the moment they're only taking people into Japan with a on like some kind of a proper holiday. You're not just on you can't just come in on a ticket, on an airplane ticket. Yeah, that's it, Richard. You've got to have a degree, mate. You could get a fake degree, of course. All right, Murray. Yeah, I've been. Someone was saying, they're saying the average in Florida, the average rent for an apartment is like $2,500. Now, if you're Japanese and you're moving to America, that's 300,000 yen. Yeah, it's getting better. Been having a good chat with Richard here. I'm into my third beer. I was chatting with Zimzam earlier. I've been for the last day or so. I've been watching Ryan Boundless videos. Fuck, is he full of shit? I'm drinking Asahi beer because fucking. What time is it? What time is it, Murray? Japanese time. I'm fucking dawdling here. Because it fucking finishes. Like this is 200 yen, and I don't often drink it at its proper price of like 490 yen. At the moment, I'm a bit averse to work. I did a bit of work the other day, and my fucking shoulder was really paining. All this right side here. And I didn't do too much work. Do you ever get sticky rice balls? Yeah, that question would have been a lot better from a woman. Sticky rice, yeah, now and again. Yeah, kind of chat. 今何時ですか？
今、5時50分ぐらいです。
I don't know. The sushi rolls, yeah, now and again, not as much as I used to. They've gone up in price, but they're about $1 now. But like I say, if any Americans now the dollar's getting strong, they'll have a good time. Prices are starting to creep up. Prices are starting to creep a little bit. Pork pies and HP brown sauce. I saw a fucking sauce today in the shop, in the mega kebab shop, Turkish food, and it was tamarind sauce, but it actually looked like brown sauce. And I think that maybe brown HP brown sauce has got tamarinds in it. Yeah, so you can go to like a restaurant, and sometimes you can get a nice, a better quality rice bowl for the same price. It's a lot bigger, fresher. Yeah, but yeah, you've got to be careful. You've got to check what medicines or supplements you're bringing into Japan. Yeah, without a doubt. Tell us when it's 56, Murray. Uh, Murray, do you get pork pie or you as well? Do you get pork pies in America and New Zealand? You know what I try? I used to. I worked in a Mexican restaurant in Tokyo, and you used to get deep fried ice cream, and that mochi ice cream. I tried frying it. Bad idea. The mochi is just too thin. Cheers, Murray. It was it was in it was in a bottle. It was a sauce. This shop is just come into town, but got all these foods from about 25 countries, and they've got all these foods for. It's great. It's really good. Yeah, I haven't seen those for quite a while actually. Those mochi ice. You get different colours. So Murray, our friend, what's his name? Ryan was saying that the J vlog scene in Japan was toxic. What can he mean? Yeah, mango is quite strange that because Japanese don't seem to like mango. Maybe I should go to that shop and just open a bottle and sniff at it. Yeah, I think when I was in Nebraska, I think I was following the trail, the Western Trail. Is it the Oregon Trail? I went to Utah. I went to Utah and I went to the tabernacle or whatever, and I got a Bible, and then I went to like someone's house in the Bible. What I said, Murray, to him, it's you that's toxic, not everyone else. All the How can you complain if you're doing a job just because you can speak English, and you're getting more paid than the average Japanese for such a low skill level, and then you've got the cheek, and you can get like extra. Like if you're lucky, you can get extra teaching lessons. Get paying $30 to $50 an hour for no fucking skill other than teaching English. Most teachers, they don't have any idea how to elicit speech or answers from Japanese students. What I used to do, and that's how I used to get them to speak, they used to say, "Gary, you're very handsome." Yeah, there's part of the trail where it shows you the tracks. It shows you the tracks where the wagon trails went through the mud. I can't teach Japanese, man. I suppose I could. Maybe I should get one extra. That so I don't usually drink as much as this, but what the heck? Gotta fucking check how much money I've got. Yeah, so okay. I think my it's still 200 yen, Murray. Yes, I went to this. So I went to this Mormon's house. Very friendly family. I think he got 6 kids and they adopted 3 kids, or 4 kids and adopted 3, something like that. They had a lot of fucking kids. But they gave me a meal, and when I started to cut the steak, you should have seen all the kids looking at me because I was using a knife and fork correctly. And the kids going, and then the dad saw the kids looking at me, and then he explained. He says, well, as you can see, Gary is a gentleman, and I hope he doesn't charge us for this cutlery lesson. No, there's a lot better food than that, mate. You can, if you get some really. Sometimes you can get some really thick brisket on the. Speaking for ramen, you can get some thick brisket on top of the ramen, and that's really nice. And then, but the best food to eat at home with the family is sukiyaki. Is great at home with your family, but sukiyaki in a restaurant is terrible. There's just not enough. There's just not enough of it. It's a very small amount. Sukiyaki, you just eat fucking tons of beef, eggs, vegetables, and beer. It's a great meal. And then the sushi would be probably my favourite. But sometimes you get the high quality sushi, it's just like fucking melts in your mouth. The uni, if you get really. I was watching a program, and it was the rich Chinese in California, and it showed you this family feeding their little boy. The boy was maybe 4 years old or 5 years old. It's all right. Cheers, Murray. I've ordered it, man. And this fucking uni that this little kid was eating, it was better than I've eaten at nice places in Nagoya, the Nagoya Castle Hotel, and the really nice sushi place in Sakai. But the fucking quality of this uni that this little boy was eating, I was very jealous of this little boy. Fucking beautiful. Uni's one of the best things. Uni, and the other thing is Kawahagi fish, the liver from the Kawahagi fish. It's like purple. It's so fucking soft. It just melts on your tongue. It's beautiful, beautiful. But unfortunately, my daughter is not a big fan of sushi. The only thing that she likes is her favourite thing is salmon. But if you like honmaguro, honmaguro is like a type of tuna that's really good quality. In fact, you can find that in the Indian Ocean. And yeah, yeah, my daughter's 22, my son's 25. Yeah, I haven't seen my son for a few years now. I think he's like on the autism spectrum, unfortunately. But he's, you know, he doesn't want to meet daddy. Or maybe that's what I should do. Last time I saw him, I gave him 20,000 yen for his birthday, and then he agreed to meet me. That's what I should do. Offer him 20,000 yen again. It would be worth it for me. He was a security guard. Well, he was an electrical engineer and then a security guard. But he couldn't get on with someone at work, so. Yeah, well, I did actually offer that. I did actually offer him to do that, to take him to a buffet, meat buffet, and he turned it down. All right, Melissa. Thanks for popping in, pal. See you next time. Yeah, I did. I took my daughter out one night and we spent 15,000 yen. I had a Chateaubriand. Fucking, that's the best meat I've ever eaten. Fuck knows why it's so good. Maybe the way they make it, but Chateaubriand is good, without a doubt. Video, that's what I've been thinking. I was thinking like Twitch when I get around to it. I've got tons of video games. But I also miss, like someone watching suggested that, but they said it's also dodgy because if not necessarily what you might say, but someone that is watching your channel might say. I don't play anything, Richard. The only thing I used to, the only game that interested me was, when I was young, was Pac-Man and Tetris. But you know the aerospatial one, you know, with the tank and the white lines. Fuck, that was difficult to play. So that I would have been that. So that came out maybe 45 years ago. Yeah, I think it was a tank, and then you moved it around, and it was just like white lines. Or the targets were tanks, something like that. What video games are you playing? Okay. Yeah, that was quite funny. The joke the other month when that guy, okay, it must have been a joke, where the grandson says to the granddad, "I want Minecraft," and he bought him Mein Kampf, Adolf Hitler's book. I think Galactica, that was another one you used to play. That was quite good. I've never heard of Dig Dug. What time do you have to get up for work, Richard? Fuck that peanut, son. Oh, okay. What's your job? Okay. I used to do deliveries as well. In Japan, I did it for a few months every day, and I got maybe 2 tips, 3 tips, all from foreigners. Yeah, well, at least you're in the right field, mate. Keep going in that, yeah. Computers aren't going away, unless, of course, there's a nuclear war. What do you use? Do you use a car or a bike to deliver? Let's see how much. We'll see what the damage is. Okay. $25 an hour. Fucking hell, man, that's good. I know a lot of Americans are bitching about the price of gas, but it's a lot. It's a lot cheaper than England or Europe. Does it average out like that every day? Yeah, they're really fucking. You know, in England now, and it's not just gas prices. In London, if you live in London, they charge you $18 a day for your fucking car. Every fucking day. Can you fucking believe that? That is total abuse. So they're charging you $500 a month just to have a fucking car in London. No, no me gusta también. Well, there shouldn't be. They shouldn't be like that in fucking England either. And that's London. People, you know, like if you go into London, you've got to pay this fucking tax on the fucking car. It was at first, this tax was a congestion charge because too many cars in London. And gradually they just put the prices up each time. It's a fucking rip-off. Yeah, we'll go to New York or Tokyo. You don't need a car in Tokyo. But apart of a car in Tokyo, I don't know if it got cheaper, but I know someone, they said in Tokyo it was like 50,000 yen now for $400 a month for a parking space. No, I used to live in Tokyo. Well, what's happening here? There's a fire at the machine. What the fuck's happening here? She was wafting away something. I hope she's okay, not going to burst into flames. Well, now not maybe a bit earlier than they used to because of the COVID. They closed them down. The bar owner could like claim for compensation. Then when they closed them down maybe to 2 months, 3 months at a time. When they did that 2 or 3 times, and then what happened was it like until 7 o'clock, or they wouldn't serve alcohol, something like that. Then it started to get back to later dates, later times. Excuse me. I think she's going to have to help. Because there's like a hot water, there's a hot water bit to that as well. Apparently in like 100 years ago, the gasoline companies or the oil companies, they got this girl's using a pair of pliers now to do this. Hope she's okay. She's got a fucking wrench. Since when do fucking waitresses have to use a wrench? Yeah, so they ripped up all the fucking railway tracks in fucking California. Did the same in England in the 1960s. Ripped up all the in certain countries, certain cities in England, they brought back the tram lines. See the problem with this oil and gas and things. Too much money goes into one segment of the of the country, and so if everyone starts spending a lot of money on gas and oil and accommodation, then all this money is not getting spent. So I don't know if you're still there, Richard. I don't know if you can type. What usually happens is people try to type, but I can't see the messages. Well, it looks like the waitresses have to become engineers. So I can't see what anyone is saying. So I'll close this and try to go. If you want to, I can come back in 1 minute. I'll open another video.